it on? Is it on? Is it on?
All right. Hey, what's up, guys? If you're watching this, it's Friday. I miss you. I wish I could be there, but Miss E and I are planning, but we're planning good stuff for you guys, so. And good thing I'm almost about to lose my voice, so. I'm sure the subs are going to take good care of you. Please be good for them. You guys know we always hit you up with rewards if you get a good write-up. So if I read the write-up from the sub and it looks good, sounds good, your name wasn't written down for anything, we're good. We'll get you something, okay? I have a joke for you. All right? I think you're going to love it. Maybe not, but I saw it yesterday and I was like, I have to tell them, and I forgot to tell you all today. So, anyways, so it's not really a joke, it's kind of an idiom. You know what that is. So the idiom says there is a fine line between a numerator and a denominator. Get it? A fine line. I know. Only a fraction of y'all get it. I think it's good. I think it's good. Okay. Today's lesson. So, champs, really quick. I know y'all love it, or you love this. You love this. You know this. Conversation is a 0 while you're watching this. Please raise your hand if you need anything, but let's try and no questions or comments while you're watching this. Okay? So, like, let's just hold those comments. You don't have to comment about my awesome joke. I mean, I know. Assignment-wise, so we're kind of moving away from, well, we're not moving away from fractions. There's a lot to do. But we're going to do something a little bit different. Instead of finding equal parts that are shaded, equivalent parts, we're going to compare two fractions like we've been, right? And you're going to find out, like, you got to look and see which shaded part is the biggest and which is the smallest, right? So I'll show you what that looks like. So basically, objective-wise, I will compare two fractions, and you're looking at the shaded amount, right? So we're comparing the shaded part of this fraction and this fraction. Who's bigger, right? And I'm going to give you a little bit more insight to that. Movement, you know, zip, 0, zilch, 0, nothing. And then participation, make sure you're engaged, right? Nodding that head, like following along. I also want you in your packet, not doodling, people, but like doing what I'm doing on the board. This first thing, you do not need to write this down though, okay? So basically, when you compare two fractions, whether you're looking for equivalent or just comparing two fractions to see how much is shaded, you're basically thinking about who ate more, who ate less, did they eat the same, okay? If they ate the same, then it's the amount shaded should be equivalent no matter how many pieces, right? But if you're just comparing to figure out who is greater than or less than using these signs, right, then really you're just looking at for the bigger amount that's shaded, okay? So, like, you and dad are hanging out, or you and mom are hanging out, and you're like, we're starving. You each get a pizza, right? And they are congruent. They're the same size. So, like, you're so hungry, maybe you got an extra large, both of you, right? Well, the pizza place cuts them into equal parts, right? So our normal thing is we got to count those parts and do all that jazz. So let's say this is mom, this is you, right? Mom's hungry. I mean, let her eat. She takes care of you all day, right? She got to get some. Okay, so you eat this amount that's shaded, and mom eats this amount, right? You can clearly see mom ate more, okay? So, how much did mom eat? Well, we know how to do that. We would go with our strategies that we're not cutting corners. So that's 8. So as our denominator, right? And notice both our denominators are 8, okay? So that's kind of a big deal. Let me get that off there really quick. So both our denominators are 8. So we have 8 for both pizzas, right? Because on Monday we'll talk about what do you do if there were different amounts of pieces, right? So today we're just looking at common denominators. So mom ate 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 out of the 8, and you ate 1, 2, 3, 4 out of 8. All right. So clearly from the model, 6/8 is greater than 4/8. So I want you to remember when you come to a problem today or a stimulus that you are looking at, okay, how much shaded part is there compared to how much shaded part there is over here, okay? Okay, so let me, guys, honestly, I don't even know what page this is in your packet, but it's the comparing fractions with the same size piece. I believe it's like page, we did 9, 10, 11 today, so it's got to be page 12, I think, okay? So don't quote me on that. I think it's page 12. So turn and look, and it should be that page, okay? So remember, we're comparing fractions, which means we're going to look at the shaded part, but we're looking at they have the same number of pieces, okay? So I'm going to run through a couple of these with you really quick. Your page looks like this because I want you to use the less than or greater than sign in there, okay? So circle fraction, just exactly like I did the pizza one. I just showed you, so I think you guys can figure that one out. I'm going to come right here. Don't figure it out right now. Stay with me. Do what I do, okay? All right, when you're comparing these two, same old strategy. Label your parts. So 6, and then 1, 2, 3 are shaded. Okay, so 3, 6 are shaded over here. And then there is, I see only 1 shaded. I can go ahead and put that 1. But most important part, I've got to figure out what my denominator is, and that's how many parts. Okay, so they both have the same number of parts in the whole, 6. But clearly, hello, this one has more shaded. 1, 2, 3 are shaded versus 1 part. So we say 3, 6 is greater than 1, 6. All right. I think I'm going to scroll it down a little bit. So hold on. Okay. I know I went fast, so if you need to pause the video, do it. Okay, this one, just 2 fraction strips, just hanging out together, sticking together. So take it 1 strip at a time, count your pieces, all right? And this is interesting because I probably shouldn't have stuck this one on this page now that I'm doing it. Funny. But, so this one has 3 parts and 1 is shaded. So the fractional part that's shaded is 1 out of 3. Okay? Now look at this. This bottom strip, right? Same hole. They're both the same length. But this one has 2 parts instead of 3. So what you're comparing is 1/2 to 1/3. This is kind of a glimpse into tomorrow. All right? But obviously, if I asked you which strip had the bigger part shaded, well, there's only this much of this, but then this one is this big, right? So obviously, again, think about like who ate more? This one did, okay? So that one's gonna be the 1/2 is greater than 1/3, okay? Sorry, I shouldn't have put that one on there, but, you know. Okay, number lines. Y'all have gotten awesome at number lines. Let's just go through how do we compare two number lines that don't have the same fraction on it, right? We've been looking for equivalent ones. That's a little bit more difficult than actually this is. So this is clearly like they started your jumps for you, right? So they're saying this is the fractional part they want to know on that line, and this is the fractional part they want to know on this line. So we go ahead and do our thing. 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 7, 8. All right, so I can over here write my fraction for this one. It's 2 to get to the fraction. So out of 8, so we got 2 8s, and obviously we're comparing this one, which has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Don't cut corners. I know y'all want to fly through this, but that's the difference between meets and masters and approaches. All right? So this one took 1 jump out of 8. Okay, same number of jumps, same number of pieces on the fraction strip or number line. But this one, obviously, guys, look at this. That went further than this one did. Okay? So we're always looking for which one is bigger or which one is smaller. Okay? So this page continues on to page 13. Like I said, I went super fast through that. I hope you all were just kind of like listening and trying to do what I was doing. But if you need to pause it, do it. Okay, so the next page kind of looks like this. I think you've got the gist. You're just comparing the two fraction models. Figure out this fraction, figure out which one has the bigger shaded part, okay? Down at the bottom, no model, right? But if you look, this is fifths and this is fifths. You could draw me your own model of that over here and figure that out, okay? And then I do want you to write me just like a tiny sentence. I know it's nothing. I even wrote half the sentence for you. So I want to know kind of what you got from today. So the conclusion I came to today was like, what did you figure out about these fraction models? I guess comparing them, okay? So finish out page 12, this one, and 13. All right, and then I feel like you guys will pick it up pretty quick. So go back to your seat and do page, I think this is 14. All right, it looks like this. Don't even worry about this answer thing over here, okay? Just get your answer and really kind of look for that distractor too, because you know there's going to be that one. But all it is look at the models, label them, do your thing, compare them. I mean, hello, obviously, look at this. This circle has half shaded, and this only has 1 out of the whole thing. So, who ate more? This one, for sure. So you know already your sign's going to be going that way, so you can get rid of the ones going the wrong way. But figure out your fraction here and your fraction here. I would totally write my fractions on both sides and then figure out. Okay? All right. Have a good day. I miss you. Love you. You guys are awesome. I haven't told you that much lately, but I love you. All right.